So why has Dear Aunt Sally created a number sense problem with young people starting algebra? Well, this is a viral problem that was posted on the internet in one form or the other, where many people would get this wrong because they would be following, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And in following that pattern, they would do parentheses. So they would get 3. So we have 2 times 3, 6 divided by 2 times 3. So following, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, there's no exponents. So the next order would be multiplication. So they would, 2 times 3 is 6. We get 6 divided by 6, and we would get 1. And we have the wrong answer. Okay, and why do we have the wrong answer? And this is where the number sense issue comes in with please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So when we look at please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, we have the M before the D and we have the A before the S. Well, when we get to the multiplication and division part, we have to do that in order from left to right, and a lot of students cannot grasp that concept. Same thing with addition and subtraction. That has to be done from left to right. All right, so let's look at a better way to do this. What about instead of teaching please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, we teach Gemma instead, G-E-M-A. And with Gemma, what we're going to do is we're going to replace the division and subtraction. We're going to put it into 2 categories, multiplication operations and addition operations. So let's do this with Gemma instead. So the G is going to stand for grouping symbols. And when we're in elementary school, the grouping symbols are usually just going to be parentheses. But as students get older into middle school, algebra, we're going to start using things like brackets. We're going to use absolute values. So instead of saying P for parentheses, grouping symbols will be a better term that'll catch everything later. So if we're going to do this problem with Gemma, we would start out with, we have our grouping symbol, which is the parentheses here. So we would get 6 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2 is 3. All right, now here's the difference. So there are no exponents here, so the E is the same in both ways of doing it. But now we get to M in Gemma. And M is going to stand for multiplication operations, which is going to include its inverse, division. So we're going to put division in one category as part of multiplication operations. So what we're teaching our students is we're going to go left to right, and we're going to just do multiplication operations, and that can include division. So we have 6 divided by 2 is 3 times our 3. And then the last step, we have another multiplication operation. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, here is an addition and subtraction mistake using please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So they would start out well with this. A student would see that there's no parentheses, so they move on to the next step, exponents, and they would see the 3 squared and get 9. So we got 9 minus 2 plus 4 minus 1. All right, so M, multiplication, no multiplication. D, no division. Next step, addition, so they would see the 2 plus 4, and they would get 9 minus 6 minus 1, and then they get 3 minus 1 equals 2, which they would get the wrong answer. All right, so how do we fix that? So we'll fix that by using Gemma. So Gemma, G for grouping symbols, no grouping symbols. E exponents, just like before. So we got 9 minus 2 plus 4 minus 1. All right, so M, multiplication operations. Multiplication operations mean multiplication or division. We don't see any on there. Next step, A for in Gemma. Addition operations, which include addition, subtraction. So we're going to do that left to right. 9 minus 2 is 7, plus 4 minus 1. All right, we're still on A in Gemma, addition operations. So we just start at the left. 7 plus 4 is 11 minus 1. And now we get the correct answer. And I know you're saying we could always just teach the students, and please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, that sometimes D comes before M or sometimes S comes before A. But there still is that numeric sense confusion. And I think by teaching it a different way, you might have a little more success. So I hope that helps. If you liked the video, please like and please subscribe. Thank you.